All right, I think we're recording. Hey guys, we are recording. We are here with our all our new licensees and onboarding for you guys. Basically, the goal today, I want to take you through the collateral folder, where to start, and kind of what the rollout of the program looks like, expectations on workload, our meetings, and answer any specific questions for that. So first off, thanks for being on here. I'm going to share my screen. You all should be invited so far to the youth empowerment folder. I think I just sent an invite to a few of you that are here, but let me go up here and share my screen. Redo that. And this is, as I showed at the course here, this area for our collateral folder right now is where everything's stored. Soon it's going to be put into a membership site, where it'll be like, just like any membership site, you have chapter 1, here's all the videos and collateral with it that you can download, chapter 2, etc. But for now, we're keeping it efficient with the Google Docs. So if you don't have the direct link to this, let me know afterwards, but I did just add you guys in. If you have coaches that need to have access to it, we can add them in too. So that way they can get this stuff. Everything here is numbered. Every couple months, I add a new folder. The reason is I didn't want to overwhelm everyone at the start with, hey, here's 40 things and it's too much and analysis paralysis. We wanted to get in here and go, okay, part A, start here. So what we did, you'd go to this folder, and you've probably already been in here if you haven't. Our initial 8 calls. So think of it as with your gym, you probably do some sort of new client onboarding, right? You're going to learn how to do a front squat and a push press maybe, and this, or they go to boot camp first. These 8 videos here are like that for us. You're going to learn the super fundamentals of the program. At the end of the 8th call, your program should be up and running. So this is the area to start first. What I've done, we'll go here to week 1, is I've gone through and everything is backlinked to the folders here. So some things that are in this week 1 document might go to folder 5 for the house rules. It might go to 8 to the social media. So all you have to do is go into this folder. I would recommend to bookmark this master folder, right? So that way you can go into it. Then that's where you're going to always be coming back to, because we keep adding the stuff in here. The video, I've recorded every video we've done. So you can always watch this exact video the first time I'm talking to everyone about it. If you want to see this whole thing, you can, or just skip forward to the important parts. This would be the link for that video. It's private, just to us. If you're here, that means you're in our private Facebook group. Add your coaches in. Any coach that's working with the kids program, I'm a big believer that the faster we get people up and running, that there's no lag time between what you know and what they know. And that's where businesses get speed, right? That if you're the one with all the knowledge and your coach is like, what's a rhythm clap? Again, that's going to take your program 6 months to get up to speed. But if everyone's like, got it, here's this, here's why we do this. Again, it just helps leverage it, because we know there is lag time with this. So we want to minimize that. If you're here, the Zoom meeting room is here. That's the link there. So again, I don't post it in that private group, because not everyone there is a licensee holder yet. But that's why I say, hey, it's here. So if any of the stuff you want to find would be there. Images and logos. So you guys have access to our images. You just would click this link here. We put them in high resolution. I got them done with a good graphic designer. So they're in Adobe Illustrator, also in EPS, also in JPEG images. So we have all those parts. I don't know what this part's doing here. That's in the wrong folder. But if you want to look at my life coaching notes from a course, you can see those too, I guess. I'm going to take those out here in a second. Some things we do, as you can tell in the group, every month we're trying to provide some marketing collateral for you guys. So these are not only our empowerment word for January here, and I'll pop it up, but we also got it put into a Facebook banner. So it's already cut, that if you don't have images ready for your program yet, you can just put this in with the empowerment word of the month on it. It's got our logo and stuff. That's a watermark. So again, you guys have access here, the watermark for our logos there. So you can make these on your own if you want, but it's done for you. Again, especially if your program's new and you have a couple kids, it sometimes might show a little better here, and it's just extra stuff to keep you up and running. So every month we do that. So you see the February banner, the April banner, the March stuff. So the different words of the month, the different logos, the watermark logo right here, all set, one with a clear background too, just depending on the stuff. You can obviously get those changed to match your own gym colors as you want. That's fine. We recommend everyone set up their own a separate business page for your youth empowerment program. Positives and negatives of this. If you already have, like, let's say you have a gym that is kind of branded as like more general fitness, and it's not, say, just CrossFit this or just martial arts this, then like for Live Athletic, they're keeping their stuff together because it's already like a multi-program page. But if your main program is, let's say it's CrossFit, and all of a sudden, what are the things we're marketing for CrossFit? Are usually maybe a little more on the sexy side, a little more maybe some half-naked people on there working out, that sometimes the kids' collateral doesn't fit super well there, right? I don't generally recommend to show half-naked photos of the kids. That's on the inappropriate side of things, right? So a separate page here for your Facebook business for the kids program is good. You can always co-share the best of on the main page, right? I think that's good. Hey, if you have like these, hey, a couple posts a week there is good. But also, as we get into some of the other training stuff, the amount we want to be speaking is regularly to our audience and building this unique page up for different things for remarketing and just the audience we're speaking to. It does help to have that. The worst we saw when we did the beta testing, the worst we saw was one gym did a private page, a private group. It wasn't even a page, and the group was private. Right? The problem with that is what? You can't reach any new people. The whole goal of social media is the wide mouth at the top that we're trying to funnel people down to becoming a member. So if it's a private page, how are they seeing? And they can't see you. So if you do that for your adult program, let's say you have a private group for just your members, it doesn't work the same for kids because the kids don't have a Facebook. It's usually the adults. So we're trying to reach their parents, right? Most kids are on Snapchat now or whatever it is. So we recommend invite your friends, have your staff invite friends. Organic growth of that page is very important. I put a link for how CrossFit Peachtree City's youth empowerment program. They do a great job on their page. I recommend to follow them if you're not. I also put a link of if you haven't set up a Facebook page right here. So I basically linked everything to where it needs to go. If you want to order your shirts, we recommend ordering, getting started with your white shirts for people. It's just the identity. It's an anchor and a pillar of the program. We put them here and we got them done in files that are already set to be sent to a t-shirt vendor. We're working on having someone that can actually just drop ship you shirts directly if you want, but you can always go off on your own. There's no requirement in this program to buy from my uncle's t-shirt company or something, right? So they're done in EPS, PSD, JPEG files of the different shirts for everything, for black shirt, blue shirt. They're all white. The black shirt, obviously, it's on a black shirt, so it's in a white color there. So we have examples of what the shirt should look like. And there, in addition to the entire level system, you can find right here. So if you're ever, and we could blow this up obviously, but if you're ever unsure what the test is for level 2, level 4, the requirements, level 8, it's all here on a chart. So again, it's just, we tried to lay it out super clear for everyone of that. But definitely, though, getting the shirts done is one of the initial things we really do want to have you guys do in the program. So once you finish that, we go to week 2, right? So same idea. We'd finish here and we go to, the start here folder, right? And it took me out. And we go to week 2. That's where we start to learn the system a little more. Going through here, we're going to go through, 8 steps. We'll do it all really briefly. I won't go through too much here. So the next part is the eval. And this is actually something that's really important for your program. This is that intake process We have a whole folder with the eval requirements here, as well as a 15-minute video of Coach Graff doing that eval live with the kids. So you can see how he interacts with them, how he does it, some of the nuanced parts, in addition to phone script, how to, when we answer the phone, what do we recommend saying? How do we recommend to explain the program? All set for you guys right there. Do record yourself doing an eval and post it to the private group. That's huge. The people that we've seen do that have excelled a ton. It's free reps. So just get your cousin, get your daughter, get your a nephew, get a kid's. Hey, you have 5 minutes? Cool, and practice. Free reps at doing this is critical, because once you have a real lead in front of you, again, that's $1,500 for the year or more if you do it right. So I'd rather you not have that be practice. I'd rather your practice be with someone who's friendly. And if you, hey, let me start over. Hey, how's it going? Hey, let me start over. Hey, how's it going? And that's reps. So we kind of have an athlete's mindset of that, of how can we do practice? So those are linked there. The opening power chat, we have a video. So again, we did this at the course, video of Coach Graff doing the video, explaining the value of it, explaining that. All these parts obviously were recorded also in this video. So again, this whole training here, you could watch the video if you have a new staff, let's say in 6 months. This is happening with PTC. Their program's at 86 kids. So you might have met Coach Donna on the call. She's brand new. So what's she doing? Hey, start with these 8 videos, right? Watch these parts. This is getting started. Just like you have, hey, my sister wants to join CrossFit. Well, cool. You're going to go through boot camp or fundamentals. So same idea. And we're putting everyone through that. So it's a super good system. The house rules, the basic parts of the program. Here we put it all in a video format in a collateral folder right here, which is in folder 5. And that is, here it is, the house rules with video. So if you want to go back and get a refresher on the grounders we showed you at the course or new ones, it's all here. Say you have a coach, it's like, I'm using this one all the time. What are other ones we have? It's all set for you guys right here. Right, to go through atmosphere, limiting beliefs, different things of how the program goes, right? So some we covered, some new ones that we haven't done yet, all is set in there. So again, and that's something that's stored in that main folder. What else do we do? The rules, the empowered youth, our full playlist of instructional videos. We put together like maybe 50 videos. You don't have to watch them all, but we try and just give as much content as you can. One part I do want to go over here is the program launch dates and fundraisers. So this is probably one of the biggest initial tasks we have to do, is actually setting a hard date for the launch of your program, right? Here's what happens, and you've probably seen this with people coming into your gym. Hey, when are you gonna get started? Yeah, soon. Yeah, soon. I'm gonna get started. Well, when's your first class? Tuesday at 5:30? No, I'm gonna come soon. No. So we want a hard date to do it. It doesn't mean the program is perfect. Doesn't mean everything is finished and clean. It means by June 1st, we're launching, right? So what that is, it's about a 60-minute, maybe a 30-minute kind of day. We're gonna have friends and family. Everyone's invited. You're gonna have maybe some snacks and stuff and prizes, whatever. We're getting everyone to come out for this. We're gonna have a small workout. Parents and kids can work out together. We actually recommend that. So the parents are going to play along with the kids, right? So we have a whole checklist of the tasks. I'll take you to the folder because this is one of the biggest parts we have to do in the onboarding. A lot of it's very technical, and this is one that has to actually get going. So with the event fundraiser, we have a launch sequence as well as some banners. So we tried to lay it out as clear for everyone as we can. Let me pull this up here. So what we want is a date selected about 4 to 6 weeks out. 1 or 2 weeks, there's not enough time. That'd be like, I always make an example. If you think of a movie, they follow whisper, tease, pre-sell and sell as far as the arc of launching a program. We want to do the same thing, right? If it's the Superman movie, 6 months out, you just see a billboard with the S, right? And you're like, holy crap, is that a Superman movie? Is it coming? And then it's coming this spring in a little trailer. And then it's opening night is here. If you get your tickets, or you can camp out, and then it's sell, then it's on, and you can purchase the movie tickets. Same idea. Things to look out for, common holidays. So if you're choosing May 25th, Labor Day weekend, might be tough, right? It might work great. I mean, I don't know your area. We want this to be a big event. That doesn't mean it will be a big event, right? But we're trying to make that a big event. Okay, so if we shoot for 100, we end up with 25, we're having a good time. Okay, but if we try and shoot, we'll get 20, and we end up with 6, not quite as impactful on everyone. And then it's massive actions. We can't kick the can down the road. Set a date. I would recommend you guys to set a date by Friday, by the end of this week if you can, and just do it. If you're a doer and you're a winner, you're going to make it happen. Again, if you say, I'll get started on my diet in a couple weeks, coach, guess what? You're going to be fat all summer. So we want to take massive action and get on that. And we're big believers in just do it. The way we do this, we leverage a donation. You heard Coach Graff talk about this at the course. It's a $25 donation, right? That gets people a 2-week trial into your program and a shirt. We want to start them off so they feel like they're in the club, right? We gave everyone a shirt at the course to help you feel like, hey, you're in. You're a part of this, right? Same thing with the kids. We want to follow we try and coach the way we want everyone to play the game. The cause needs to be something really close to home. So if you say, we want to go do, research for stem cells in Philadelphia, that might be a really noble cause, but if no one in your gym knows anyone with stem cell issues in Philadelphia, it's hard to do it. So I would rather you say, this little Billy here has, like I think Coach Graff does, the glycogen storage disease for a student, a specific kid that everyone in his community loves, and they donate money to, and all that, 100% of that proceeds goes to him. So it's a no-brainer, right? It's hard to say no to a friend, right? So with that, they get a $25 donation. We post photos of them online to spotlight their success. Hey, thank you to JB's family. Thank you to the Moore family. Here's a photo of them, whatever. Make them cool for being part of it. We got a banner done that you guys actually can download. It's in Adobe Illustrator right here. Let me pull up. It probably pulled to the same thing. It's an editable banner. Oh, no, I don't want to rename it. So I spilled a Red Bull on my computer Monday, and everything is sticky on here now. Everything. So this is an editable doc. This is the PNG file, but you can put our goal of, and right in here in the middle, you can put what your goal is, and you can put, you can make your offer. So if it's for kids, you can say it's 2 weeks of this. It could be in your trial. And the bottom here, the certificate can be applied towards whatever, you're going to say the program. So we didn't want to have that just be one size fits all. You can easily take this and have someone edit it that knows what to do. You can put your logo over here on the right. It's already set to have space for that. And this is set to be able to be printed really big. The idea is everyone donates that $25 and they get their name on a sticker or a star on that $25, on a 50, on 75, and they keep going through. And we made this one up to $2,500. So that's 100 donations. Right? So again, you can adjust that, whatever, but we want to have a big goal. We want to raise some real money for someone in need is the idea. That we always start with giving first, not just asking, hey, do my program. Why? Again, there's pushback. But if we say, hey, we're doing this great thing for a great cause, will you help? Are you someone who helps people? Well, yeah, people are going to want to help people. So and then they get this. And the common objections, well, I don't have a kid. Cool, give it to someone who does, right? No one leaves without getting a gift card. So so there's that. To schedule a Facebook event for this, we want to invite people. We want you to email your contact list that people know. We want you to get this banner printed up and set up in the gym, that you posted it on your blog, and finally, that you're regularly updating and building momentum for the event. So if it's you did it once and nothing happens, nothing's going to come from it. So that's why we say here, people need to hear about this 10 times at least before they take action. In email marketing and stuff, I was at a course once where the speaker goes, how many times, basically said, who here bought on the first time I sent an email? 1 or 2 people raised their hands. Second time I email. Down to like the 35th email. And then they finally, now the room is all raising their hands, but think about that. How many times did you have to have me email you before you signed up for our course? How many videos did you watch before you finally were like, okay, I'll jump? The same idea. No one here jumped the first time you saw a video. Take my money. It didn't happen. I wish that happened. We would have a program of 5,000 gyms, right? So we know it takes time to see that. Again, they'll backlink to the t-shirts to be worn, that we want you to have the evals mastered. That was already covered. The house rules are mastered. That's covered. That you've invited your Facebook and social media people. So we go through the process, right? Whisper, tease, pre-sell, sell. Exactly what to do. Follow up after you do the event. You're following up with them, right? You're sending out an email, a thank you. Here's how it works. X, Y, and Z. It's all set up there in that doc. Does that make sense, guys? Why that's such a big thing there? It's a big behemoth of a part to get that going, so we tried to chunk it down. Let me go back to Coach. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So item number 2. So for existing people who have been in our kids program,
yeah,
right? So they donate $25. How do you suggest we work that with existing kids that's incoming?
You can't use it for your regular membership. So if they donate, they can give it to a friend. You can't buy 20 of these and train free for a year.
Okay.
Right? Like, sorry, I'm going to call, right. So some people ask that, and I have some very polite, no, we're using this, like, just the way you're helping do this. We're not using it for our own benefit. Like, you're not getting the $25 doesn't go to Philip's pocket and his spinning rims, right? It goes to, so it wouldn't be fair for them to do the same thing. Well, I'm going to take advantage of this. No, we want to be magnanimous and gracious and that. So I usually explain it that way without being like, are you trying to be right? Right. When I got to get in someone's face, like, are you think? So anyways, yes, that's a great question, Coach. Let me go back to my shared screen here one more time. So you see how we're kind of working through the steps here. Week 2, we're learning the system. It's all about getting that initial part launched. That's the big thing we want to do. So that's in there. The video for that is set. We go to week 3. We cover pricing, more on the event launch, and donations. The pricing is linked to what we suggest here. I'll take you through how that works real quick, because this is a big part to structure. Of course, again, like everything else, the video, this entire call is recorded and stored at the top. So if you want to see the specifics, you can look there. I suggest you do. That's always at the top of the page. Pull down here a little bit. The event launch, again, we're going over it again, where everything's at. Pricing, right? Structure your pricing plan for either 2 days or 3 days a week, or both. In the beginning, I recommend only having 2 classes per week, per age group. The reason is we want to have you add more days because of the success of your program, right? I always want you to be able to say, wow, because we have so many kids and because you guys love it, I'll give you more of what you want, right? Versus, hey, it's 5 days a week. We opened up 4 hours a day. Well, no one's here. This program's dying, so we're going to take out some days. You have the same amount of kids. It's just how we're showcasing your success, right? So then people want to be part of things that are successful. It also helps limit your time so that you're not, having one kid. I'd rather you have 4 kids together. Now we have a group, right? So structure it initially, I'd say do 2 days a week. Avoid punch cards. So don't try and offer them 5 or 10 classes. The psychology with a punch card is really bad for a gym, especially for a service gym. If you do spinning, where it's not really like a client service, it's like a workout, it might be fine. But when you do a coaching service, what happens is if I do a punch card of 5, and I have 4, I've done 4 and I have 1 left, what happens to me the next time I come in? I have to pay again, right? So actually I hold on to that card. I don't use it. And if I'm not using it, can I actually get fit? No, I can't. So it actually works psychologically backwards with punch cards. So we want people on a membership. It's opposite there, right? There, if they don't come into class, they lose out on money, right? So I want people in the gym. I want them coming in because I know if they come in and do the program, they'll get in shape, they'll change their life, et cetera. So everything's built around how do we help them actually do what's best for them, right?
Hey, Coach.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
2 days a week, optimal times. I mean, are we talking 3? I just don't know. Is 3:30 to 4:30 is that optimal time for kids? Do you have any?
Yeah, you may have to do a little trial and error or testing of that with maybe some initial stuff. Yeah, usually that early time is best for them.
Mm-hmm.
So we found that 3:30 to 4:30 to 5 kind of time is really good, especially with the younger ones. Not a lot of 6. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead, sir.
Because we're breaking it down into age groups.
Yes.
We're looking at having 2 or more coaches at that time as we break that up those days.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Eventually, you're going to want to have a coach and an assistant, or as we get into the ITP and instructor development program for that, then that's what we want to be doing. So but that's going to come from growth of the program. So we want to start small, limit your expenses, limit the parts, invest in the right things that we need for the growth of the program. And I'm always open that, it's the times it may change a little bit. Just like I said on today's call, hey, the time of our call, it may change if we find something better for everyone. That it may. I have no plan to do that right now, but it may. Right. So for here twice a week, here's what we recommend. The goal is to get people onto the 12-month membership. Because it's a character-driven program, it's hard to change someone's character in one workout. That's like hypnosis. Boom, cluck like a chicken. Doesn't really work in the real world. So the way we have it structured is so it's $50 more for the month-to-month option, and it slowly chunks down, and it's 25 less and 25 more. There, I think this one might have been 161 actually for that, based on that. The way it works with cancellation, right? We don't let them go on pause. We recommend, you can always run your program however you need. We recommend that they, we're going to be gone for 3 weeks to go to Disney World. Great, cool. The way we handle that is that they're already getting savings built in. So at $50 savings per month, that's 600. So they're getting that time already built into their membership at a discount. So look, extreme cases, I'm talking 1 or 2 or 3 a year. Yeah, that's the case. But other than that, that's how it works. If they want to cancel early, basically it just converts to a month-to-month, and they'd pay the difference. So if they were there for 5 months, they save $50 per month of what it would have been a month-to-month. So they have to pay $250 to cancel is how we recommend that. Pricing too cheap. Parents don't see the value. No one takes you seriously. We want to be recession proof, so staying too high might not be great either. Right? If you go, hey, it's going to be $600 a month, you might be good in the short term, and things get bad and they want to cancel. So that's the idea with pricing, and it's all set for you there. We go over it in more detail in the folder. Let's see, going through here. Getting closer to launch, week 4's call was all about additional things to do for launch. Because again, if we set things out 4 to 6 weeks out from that second week, now we're getting about 2 weeks out. So this is about the checklist, making sure you're set for that big day that we want to showcase. Hey, our program is new. Our program is different. Here's how it's going to help change your kids' lives. Let me scroll down here. Let's see, getting closer to launch. So again, that's all the big parts are here. Additionally, we went over class formatting and structure, right? So the class overview, house rules, all that parts are set. The exercise selection template. So that document I showed you at the at the course, pull this up, that has every, not every, has a whole list of movements relative to everyone's ability. I don't know why I'm taking so long here to load, but I'll come back to that in a second. That's that exercise selection template where you can go through and say if it's upper body pull, here we go. This is going to be assessed from movement instructionals to the level system to lesson plans, et cetera, and all that is going to be right here. And this is the doc I'm talking about that we put together for you guys that should make helping choose things easy. So for a white shirt, a level 1 or 2 person, you know, what are movements we see appropriate? So is it going to be squat cleans? No, we're working on air squat. We're working on PVC front squats. We're working on a split squat, maybe a step up, overhead squat with a pipe, maybe a empty back squat, a kettlebell front squat, or a dumbbell front squat. Some of these very easy things as they progress, right? We can go through here. Say now they're a blue shirt. You want to mix up maybe what's in the programming or just your own stuff. Now we can start looking at loaded squats, weighted step up, some maybe lateral squatting movement, wall balls, jumping lunges, etc. So we're going through that sequence there. I tried to make it just very easy for each right thing. You can just say, boom, here's what to do for that. And that's going to be, again, found in Collateral folder 7. That's all the exercise selection stuff. Go back to start here. Folder. So we're getting closer to launch. Week 5. Off sharing first. Let me stop off sharing for a second. Any questions so far on this? Is everyone getting kind of like the format of what we're doing? We're building up to the launch, building up the basic parts of the program pretty systematically so that everyone here has a good initial, you know, kickoff for their stuff. Does that make sense, guys, what we're going for?
It does, yes.
Perfect. Okay, do you have any questions before I go to the second half of kind of the launch sequence? So we can address them now if there's any. Cool. Okay, good. Let's see, week 5. There we go. Let me share my screen. And there we are. Let's see. So I'm going to stop sharing and close out a couple of these, maybe some of the browsers real quick. So while I'm doing that, do you guys have a launch date in mind, something that you're thinking, hey, okay, I already have a day where this is going to go, this might work for us?
Yeah, Saturday, June 10th.
I love it. I love it. Just do it. Yep, perfect. What about Coach Phillip? Anything you guys, I mean, again, I'm not holding you to it right now. I just want to kind of know anything you're looking on the horizon. If it's with another event, that can be good. If you're like, hey, we're having a boot camp graduation, so people are there, it makes it easy to stack events some.
All right, so we're starting our next 6-week session of what we were doing. So this actually works out pretty good. So May 30th, I think, would be
I love it.
We have on Tuesdays, but maybe we should do a Saturday, right? So that way maybe more families can come.
Yes, sir. That would be, you're exactly right. We want to have them there. We want to get them seeing the value of that. Make it a fun, big event. Like what would be fun for kids to be a part of is really what we're kind of thinking, right? For that. Week 5, I'll go back to sharing my screen here. Again, a lot of this is built around that initial day for two reasons. One, if you have a program already, people have to see your program differently. So this is kind of like our line in the sand, that our program was like this, and now our program is going to be like this. The donations don't end. We can keep donating until you reach the goal. It's fine. Like, we don't want to go forever, but we can keep donating for that. So the last part here is, are the shirts ordered? Are you on the eval? Your pricing is set. Your movement guide is reviewed. So the links to every single part of that was the big part of lesson 5, because you're probably about a week away at this point for that. Let's go here. Week 6, we went into social media and marketing. Obviously, again, first thing we did was cover event launch. That's just, I can't emphasize enough how much of an important part that is, getting leads, getting stuff. For social media marketing, now we're getting closer to our program. So there's things that we want you to do every week, right? So I put a folder here of what behaviors you should do. So just follow the system. What are the best gyms doing every week in their program? What are some things we can think of that you should probably do every week?
Oh, is that a question?
Yeah. What are some things that you would want to do every week on your page?
Well, I would think we'd want to somehow spotlight some of the kids.
There you go, spotlighting the kids. Boom, up there at the top, right? Showcasing highlights of the program. Hey, here's what we did this week. Here's what happened, right? Here's that. Regularly posting videos and photos to your page of that. Photos of the kid. Facebook video gets further traffic than anything. So the lowest is a text, Facebook text post from your business page will get like 10 views. A photo, maybe tagged, might get, some more, but Facebook video kills it. And so video stuff on Facebook, there's a reason why with the juice, we post videos all the time. Instructionals, freebies, we're trying to do that constantly, right? So those are things we want you to do in addition to this concept we have called becoming a local legend. Part of the growth of your program is going to come that people are going to see you as the leader for kids in your community, right? So this doesn't happen by chance. We put together 5 steps to follow, and these should be happening on your personal page, whatever. If you see, the way we've kind of done things, you'll see probably a similar stuff, similar approach. Number 1 is an obsessed focus. What area of fitness do you micro specialize in? So when people say, I'm starting a fitness company, I'm like, yeah, that's going to fail. It's very specific, right? Rob Wolf isn't just a nutritionist, right? What type of nutrition does Rob Wolf do? Paleo nutrition, right? Exactly. That's his specialty. And even in there, he does special paleo. He's the guy for this thing. And you want to be that. If you're like, hey, it's me, Fitness Tim. No, I do stuff with athletes. I work with individual program design. That's kind of my area in this I want to dominate. So same thing. So having that focus where you're, really talking about and communicating it regularly with kids. What stuff about kids do you know about fitness? And talk about it, right? I mean, things we can know already. Early specialization of sports, not good, right? So I'm going to rant about it. Hey, here's behavioral stuff. Here's this, here's technique stuff. And we're doing that through free advice. So constantly advocating for your program, talking about what's happening in there is really, really powerful. Giving first. So on these videos, you're not trying to say, hey, it's this. Also, if you sign up today, you do this. Just be cool and give free advice, right? And then you can ask later. So just put it out there. The second thing I like about that is other people can't compete with that. Once we start getting on the battlefield of ideas, the pretenders can't compete. Everyone wants to say, oh yeah, I can do this with kids. Okay, well, here's something I actually know about kids and fitness. And it's this. Your turn, buddy. And they're like, all of a sudden they get real quiet. So to be the leader of that is very powerful. And other people, again, they can't compete on that. Spotlighting others. We have the saying, whoever can give praise has the power. So if you're constantly having to praise yourself, it probably means that maybe you're not as powerful as you think, right? But by praising people in your program, spotlighting the kids' success, that actually makes you stronger, right? Because you go, look at all the kids doing so great. They go, holy crap, you're a good coach. But if you have to say, look how good of a coach I am, first reaction everyone thinks is, no, you're not. Being a community leader, so hosting events, charity stuff, the donations, that event launch with the donation works into this, that you are magnanimous in your community, that you're the mayor of your area, and we want that. And then finally, that you're consistent in this. It's not 1 week you do a video and 3 months go by, that you're on it, you're so passionate about this that people are going to take notice and people are going to follow you. So we go through the tasks that you're posting these videos of yourself talking weekly, spotlighting members, you're welcoming new members, you're sharing content, right? You're answering questions. These are behaviors that are free and the reach is awesome on it. It doesn't cost you a penny to do, right? And we've seen it work over and over and over and over. So we want to always stand on the back of giants and make that happen. Finally, we go into week 7, marketing, funnel, and sales. And Coach JB, this is where we get into the landing page stuff. Here for your site, you should have a page on your website talking about the kids program. How else are people going to go from their Facebook to there? First step is designing your ideal student with an avatar worksheet, meaning who is this hypothetical kid you want to train, right? Is it football kid, quarterback, varsity, whatever? Maybe, but how many of them are in your town? 5? What is that ideal kid? What it's going to do is when you make marketing content, it gives you someone to write to, right? So when I'm writing out an email, I'm actually thinking of this person in my head. So instead of it being like, hear ye, it's like so broad and not direct that I'm actually thinking, okay, who's a coach I'm writing to? It's his name's JB. He's in Central, okay, he's in California. And he has a gym and it's this. So what are his needs? And so I'm writing an email to you so it feels more personal versus, dear potential gym owner, do you have issues with, like, that's like, man, like you hit delete and block so fast on that. So same thing here. We want it to feel personal. So having someone in your mind, it also helps guide your coaches when they talk about it. So they're not talking about the football star, they're talking about this. Define your customer journey roadmap. These are documents, again, where we're going to take you through the steps of, let me ask you this. Where do people first hear about you for your program?
Social media or referral?
Social media referral first. From there, they go to landing page, website. From there, they go to eval. From there, they go to a class, and then they go to here. So I want you guys, we've written it out, but I want you to define your own process for your business. And what we'll see is either some areas maybe we're missing. We have to build for our own business, like eval, I don't do those. Okay, well, maybe we're missing that, or maybe these parts are missed there. As well as a document for your own students that you can hand out for them. Landing page content. We have our editable content here that you'll see in this part. We also put some links up to the programs that do it really well. I'll pull up PTC's program. They took what we did and made it their own, right? The character-driven, level-based program, who they are they looking for this, how their program's different, how their program's unique. A video of Coach Jen talking about the program. We always want them to meet you, right? Get out there in front of the camera. Some frequently asked questions for that, like, hey, what about this? And that's all in, again, you can go just look at their page and emulate it, also in the editable content. Okay, so again, so that's there. Make it your own, of course. Yeah, I'll always look, these things, like I said, this isn't a franchise. I'm not running McDonald's here. It's still, your gym, your program. We're giving you the best practices of what's been done. And finally, the last week of the onboarding here is week 8. If you finish that, your program should be launched. You're up and running. You get through these 8, you do them, man, we're gravy and we're on to the call list. So final week here is just, check up stuff for event launch, going over training plans, your initial training cycles. Obviously, we're providing beginner programming for everyone now, so we'll go into that. But that's the first 8 documents or trainings for everyone. From there, the next part I want to do is just briefly go through each folder, and then we're done here. Folder 1, logos and images. That's what I showed you guys, that all the different monthly marketing collateral. You ever want to go in and find something for an old month? Right in there. Okay. Folder 2 we looked at, that's the t-shirts and the level system already set to be sent off to a printer. You just need to give them your logo for the front, and this goes on the back. Easy peasy. Every training we've done is right here. Oh, that's the movement instructional. All the videos of every week, so the ones we keep adding, that's the first 8. We've done more than 8 videos. So they get stored right here every week. So again, that April game plan call we did the week before April started. That's everything for the upcoming month of April. Last week we had a call on challenging students. There's a video. And next Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, that's going to be the whole game plan for May. Right? Here's everything for that call. The videos, the stuff, all there, all in folder 3. Folder 4 is the eval, the video, the instructionals, the phone script, how to follow up with people. Folder 5, house rules, videos and playlists of here's how to do the grounders again. Here's how to do power chats. Here's everything, all set in there. Folder 6, everything you need for the program launch. So the editable banners, the checklists, the to-do, the how to do the whisper tease pre-sell sell, all there, all linked up, all ready to go. Folder 7, exercise selection templates. That's where, hey, here's how to run the class format. Here's how to do different movements. We put together videos for fundamental CrossFit movements, speed and agility, plyometrics, mobility, and correctives. Videos of everything is all in there for you guys. Folder 8, social media stuff, all set in there. The pricing and planning's in folder 9. Folder 10, sales funnel. That's that marketing avatar, the landing page content. Right here, the editable content for that site is here. I give you an overview and links to use for the format, and then exactly how to make it or adjust it on your own here below. Hey, I'm this person. Awesome. Avatar sheets, client journey, etc., all in there. Monthly programming. Every month we're giving you guys beginning a little kid and big kid white shirt programming. That's where everyone's starting off with white shirts. You can always, again, if you wanted to upgrade it, I would just go to the exercise selection document and look at then a blue shirt for a lunge. But we're starting off run, climb, plank, 2-week cycle, jump rope, push up, wall sit, weeks 3 and 4. We've each made videos explaining kind of, hey, so Dr. Han's saying from this 2-week cycle, here's movement corrective, warm up, cool down things to look for, right? It's in there. He's talking about the whole cycle. I made a video talking about the whole cycle. Hey, here's how to look at it from a coaching standpoint. Coach Graff has a video looking at it from, hey, here's the behavioral and character side of it. So again, I would have every coach look at that. I would do it. We're trying just to infuse as much value there. And then the programming, we chunked it down. Lineup, power chat, warm up. Here's how to do that. Here's how to do it. Man in a circle, do some plank testing, get some stars. Here's some conditioning. Here's a little break. Here's some conditioning. Do some more star testing. Here's a game at the end, how to do the game. Closing chat, and we're out. Change it up for the big kids, right? The whole thing goes through the entire month laid it out for you guys. So by no means is that the end all of the programming, but that, again, it's going to help leverage, you're going to tweak your stuff, make it uniquely yours, but you're going to see how it works, right? Especially getting started, make it easy. Final one, folder 12, is where we store these monthly game plans. So everything for the month of April is here. So our empowerment words of the month, the Facebook banners, right? How to use them. The programming master sheet. What's the empowerment word? What does it mean? How do we use it? All right there stored for you guys. So same thing will happen for May, is right here. Same thing will happen for June. So if you want to go back and redo one, whatever, it's there. You can make these your own, but that's how we're playing the game. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Go ahead, sir.
The age group for the littles, when I was going through the programming, so that's like 5 to 12. Is that what you?
Ish, yeah, 5 to 11 ish. That also, in an ideal world, you'd have 3 groups, but starting off, that's too many. I'd rather you have small. One group's too much, like it's too much of a 16-year-old and a 4-year-old, not fun. But so you have to kind of be a good gauge through the eval of what's their maturity level, who are they going to fit in best. So again, we're kind of just always nudging and shaping these things versus it's not 6th grade. I turned 12 October 1st. Okay, you're in 6th grade. October 2nd, well, you're in 5th. It's not that type of rule. It's, hey, who do you play better with? Okay, you're here. Because ultimately, I'd rather just have a cool group here and a cool group here versus some hard line. That's more important, right? People first is most important. So yeah, that's a really great question, Coach. That's how we do that. But generally 5 to 11-ish, 5 to 10 maybe. And then, 10, 11 to 16, somewhere in those ranges, is what you're going to do.
As we launch,
I suppose once you get the program going and you've been in it, then you can start to segregate those groups.
100%, sir. Yeah, right. But it's like anything else. No one wants to be, if you have 3 classes of 3 people, I'd rather you have, it's not as fun. I'd rather you have 2 classes of 5 and 5, right? Just going to be a little more energy for everyone getting started. That's how you start a movement. Coach JB, what are you going to say, sir?
When you launch the 2 groups, you have the 5 to 11, you have 12 to 16. I'm just trying to think of in terms of what I need for coaching power here. So can the groups start, like, can the empowerment chat start together as one group and then the groups break off into 2 groups? If that way they can use the space concurrently.
Sure. Yeah, you could. If you're on a time crunch and needed it just in this one specific time, you totally could do that if that was better staffing. I would recommend that they're separate classes. Okay. Because part of it, the way that you're going to say an empowered chat to a kid, to a 5-year-old, is different than a 14-year-old.
Yeah, 100%. I get that.
Right. So that's part of, again, that. And then you have the group dynamic there. So I would recommend against it. You can do it totally. Yep. You can do a lot of things to make it work, for sure. And again, that also depends on staffing, whatever. In the beginning, it's probably going to be just one coach and a few kids. That's fine. Like we want to get to where you need extra coaches. We want that to be the case where there's 15 kids a class. Okay. That's where we're going for this.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, great. And any other questions on this? Where to go to? You guys kind of see how the folder is set up. Now, hopefully it's fairly logical as much as I can make a Google Drive folder logical. Yeah, good. Go through the videos. Main thing is block off, and I try and email out the schedule in advance. Right now, all our calls are Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. I record all the videos. The phone calls I don't record. I don't know about wiretapping rules in states, so I'm not doing it. But all the videos are recorded, and I email them out, and they're stored in that folder. So if you ever have something that comes up, it's there for you. But we know, just like anything else, the more engaged you are, the better. There's a reason why PTC has been in this 2.5 years, and they're still on every call. Wow. Right? Like I mean, they still are like, and you still look in the Facebook chat that Rick, the owner of the gym, is like, hey, sorry, I can't make it today. This happened. Like, he's still accountable on it. So I always just look at what are the behaviors people that are winning doing, and let's do more of those. So what's fun. I mean, we look, you could build your own path, and in 10 years, sure, maybe you have a program that's good, like cool, but you want one in 10 years, you want one in 6 months. Let's go for I want to try and get you guys ROI as soon as possible. Cool?
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. This will also be recorded and stored in that folder, so you'll have it. And I will talk to you next week, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Have a great week. You got it.